Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to share with you a clip from a recent conversation I had with Gathering the Magic. We're actually talking about games outside of Splinterlands. We're talking about Golem Overlord. We're talking about SplinterForge. We're talking about a few other interesting titles. And I do think this will be interesting for some of you who are curious about what's beyond Splinterlands. I've been dabbling in some of these titles for a while. I'm going to talk about some of my results and how long it's taken. But then we're going to talk more broadly about the future of these blockchain-based video games that are not maybe the ones that are the most obvious winners so far, because I think there'll be more winners. If you think so too, you might want to stick around and check out the rest of the video. Thank you, Gathering. Check out Gathering the Magic on YouTube. He has a great channel where he covers Splinterlands related content, and he does it exceptionally well. So check him out. Have an amazing day. God bless. I want to talk to you about, like you talked in that previous conversation, you mentioned the idea that you're trying to enjoy a variety of things and at different levels to sort of maximize the possibility for financial opportunity that you can then reassign. So I think that includes SplinterForge. I think you're playing Golem Overlord, are you?
Yes. Yep. Playing Golem Overlord.
And so I've got some interesting, like recently, some data on that, and there's other games too. I'd love to hear if you got any other things, coals in the fire, but let's spend some time talking about just some of the different, like a bit of a check-in on some of the different ways that Gathering or myself are sort of accessing value within cryptocurrency gaming right now, blockchain-based gaming. It might be Splinterlands focused, it might not be, because I know I'm continuing to check in with Golem Overlord every single day, and I'm cashing out, and I've been tracking my stuff, and I could share some of the data if we want, but it's not life-changing. But man, it's quietly just accumulating. I know, Gathering, you can see my screen. Not everybody will be able to see my data, but going back to October of last year, for let's say 2 full months, I was extracting almost every day. And you know, there's probably, I could figure it out, but I don't have a running total for just those days. But it, you know, might have been 40, 50 bucks. And then I took a big break because I had punished my the multipliers or whatever. You can only, with Golem Overlord, you can only extract so much before you start getting penalized for the extractions. And so I had to stop essentially, and then I waited till January, and then I took another break until March of this year. And ever since March, I've been like semi-regularly extracting, and I'm now up to $99.69 worth of extraction over 5 months, essentially. Over 5 active months, but maybe 9 active months. Is that right? Let's see. I started back in October. So October, November, December, January, February, March, and April just began. So it's actually 6 months. $99 US that I've been able to sell part or sell shards. And I keep making more. And by the way, I'm continuing to super level up. Like the people who track this stuff or who are interested in Golem Overlord and how my history with it will know that if you look at like a last video where I've talked about it, like I've really changed my power dynamic. I was focusing almost entirely on attack, as well as some amount of faith and like accumulation through golems. But now I've transformed from, I think, 150 fortification to 260 fortification, because I've got a new theory on this. I guess what my question to you first, Gathering, is one, you mentioned you're still playing it. How active are you with Golem Overlord specifically? Do you track any of the sort of extraction? Are you selling any of your part? Are you selling any of your shards? What does that look like for you? And yeah, maybe just give me like a bit of your recent stuff with this game.
Okay, so looking at my Golem Overlord right now, so I'm currently Prestige 11.
Okay.
Basically, the build I go for is attack and faith, a little bit of fortification, just so I'm not too much of a target. I don't go heavy on the scavenger golems because I don't want to accumulate a ton, be a sitting target, and then have people basically poach me. So I try to go as low as I can on scavenger golems, and then just do all my attacks all at once.
Yep.
Try to do, I think I usually get 10 or 11 attacks, do them all as quick as I can.
Yep.
I always attack with 100%. I know there's some people that do 60 to 80 and all that. I don't want any RNG. I want to sort by where I'm going to get 100%. So I know I'm going to win, do my 10 attacks, grab my part, and then claim right away. Have my account set up for the 12-hour cycle. So I claim once in the morning and then once before I go to bed. Plus it gives you, I think, an extra 8% for your claim bonus, as opposed to a regular 8-hour claim.
That's right.
And as far as cashing out, I did put some money in the game maybe 2 or 3 months ago. So at this point, I can pretty much extract whenever I want. So usually I take out probably 2,000-ish part a day and maybe 80 or 90 shard a day. Send that over to Hive. And lately with DEC being under peg, I think it was down to like 85 cents or 84 cents per thousand, and converting it to DEC.
Cool.
Converting it to DEC, sending it over to Splinterlands, and then I've been converting that into gold cards.
Cool.
Because a lot of the gold commons are, I don't know if you've looked at them lately, but
dude, yes.
Some of the gold commons are down to 20 cents, even 19 cents a piece. So I've been scarfing those up as much as I can and then using those for land.
Awesome. Yeah, man, the price, even on the epics, they were falling. Look at this, $4.50 for these gold foil epics. They've been $7-8 for a while there. And now we're really coming back down to earth. And that's, for me, I don't see that as like that's a good thing. It's not like, oh no, the cards are like, no, like give me those cards. And I have been acquiring more cards as well. But for me right now with my Golem Overlord income, I've been just putting it into Hive back dollar actually, because I'm just slowly accumulating a little bag of Hive back dollars over here, putting them into savings because they get 20% APR. I'm up to 108 on my HBD. Do you ever mess around with Hive or Hive back dollar?
No, I need to find that out from you, some information maybe after this recording is done. As I am interested in that. When you say 20%, it's like, okay, is that for real?
Yeah.
You don't find 20% very often.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's just spend a minute on that. Like we won't turn the video into Hive exactly because not everybody will be caring about that. But I will say this is what I'm doing with my extra sort of part income. And so it is 20% APR, and what limited knowledge I have about Hive and the Hive back dollar is they print X number of it, like just to incentivize that people would do this. And also the Hive token itself is minted to pay out what are they called? The witnesses on that hold together the blockchain essentially. But then it is reliable, and it's so long as HBD remains a stable coin, it's supposed to be a stable coin at $1, it's valuable. This has been going on before I've been involved in it, before I've been pursuing it, but I'll show you. I have $108 worth of savings. That's all 108 SPD, but then I have $380 worth of account value, meaning like I have about $280 worth of Hive or Hive power, which enabled me to act on the blockchain, including Splinterlands related actions. But then I have this pillow is gonna keep growing and growing, because I turn when I post on Hive and I earn Hive, I turn it into HBD. When I earn through part, I turn it into HBD because I want that 20%. And all your account history is tracked, so you can see if I go search and I go search the word interest, you see right here 10 days ago I got 2 Hive back dollars, 2.015. That's $2. And then a month before that, it's not exact dates, but it says 10 days ago and then 2 months ago. It's actually like every 30 days. And so I'm getting 1.68. This one is far lower because I think my number was far lower. But there also was a time when the interest was, I think it was 16% or something like that. So I don't track it super like regular or whatever, but yeah, you do. And you would look at the APR and you'd say, if it's 20% on 100, that's theoretically $20 across a year. And that's how APR is calculated. And then you divide it by a month, there's 12 months, and you get something like 1.6. And that's where roughly things are being paid. And so it's consistent and it's been good to me, and I'm going to keep pumping into it. But yeah, there are lots of ways. I guess really what I'm saying is they're like, I'm continuing to see value in Golem Overlord. I'm continuing to see development here. I don't know if you've noticed that they're talking about, I don't fully know this yet. There's new golems coming, and I guess they will have different.
Yeah, there'll be new golems, and it looks like some of them will give you more part instead of like the 0.12 part that you earn.
Yeah.
It'll be like 0.14, 0.15. Maybe some of them degrade slower, so they last longer. Yeah, you can see the stats there. Some of them give you a slight bonus to some of your stats. So yeah, a lot of exciting changes. I mean, for Golem Overlord being, I think it's like just one developer working on the game, Yixin.
Yeah.
He's come out with a fantastic amount of content just in the last, 2, 3, 6 months.
Yeah.
So, and then they're going to have their own version of land. They're going to have expeditions. So, yeah. And people don't realize this is an alpha game. This isn't really even in the beta stage yet.
Yeah.
So he's still developing and coming out with the game. But yeah,
this
definitely going to continue to be playing Golem Overlord every day.
This is a winner to me, man. And they came out with these passes before anybody. Like Splinterlands was still like, oh, we can't do that, and like this is a burn mechanic for a lot of the tokens. And now, still, there's a huge amount of inflation with part. There's a huge amount of inflation with shards. But this is a helpful step in the right direction. And this doesn't need to be today the thing that retires me. That's again coming back to the conversation we had with Splinterlands and the rewards that you're available there. People sometimes get so fixated on like, if I can't return on get 100% ROI in a month, I'm not interested. And I go, whoa, if that's what the ROI is like on a thing, I don't even trust it. Like that's not sustainable. And so frankly, if it's not trivial rewards, I'm truly disinterested, because I want to know that the rewards are trivial in nature, and that from that place, on a daily basis, trivial in nature, because on that basis, I can form some degree of confidence that they are sustainable and that it actually might be here in a period of time. Like this people have said this is not a game. They've been really critical of it. It's been growing in complexity. It's been growing in sort of its experience. It's been continuing to be developed, and it's been continuing to pay people like myself who come in and check it out and participate. And yeah, my data says I've taken about $99.65 or something since October of last year. And I would have invested in it before that. So probably 3-4 months before that. So, we're 8-9 months of sort of time and commitment, and it's paid me $100 that is now being put to work in other ways, whether it's high back dollar or, sometimes I have bought DEC with it, and that has led to cards or whatever the case may be. And this is one example, but I know you're interested in other things too, like SplinterForge. You're continuing to hack away at that, aren't you?
Yep. Playing SplinterForge every day. I know the big change recently has been removing Forge from the leaderboard rewards. And, a lot of people weren't happy about that. They did increase the amount of Forge you get per battle, so that's nice. But like with Golem Overlord, there's just so much inflation in SplinterForge with the Forge token. I mean, it just got to the point where it went from, being close to peg when the game first came out, where 1,000 Forge was $1, went down to I think as low as maybe 6 cents. So just trying to stabilize that token. They've come up with some burn mechanics for it. You can do the mine run. You can craft relics now, which burns Forge. Of course, if you buy crates or bags from the store, that eliminates some Forge as well. So they are working on the tokenomics of the game. As far as gameplay goes, like I said, the newest thing that they're doing is the hero leveling system. The mine run is coming out, and they've also talked about doing a player versus player, which I think will be exciting. And the player versus player will have Forge rewards as well.
Cool.
So maybe a lot of people don't know that, and they're like, I'm not interested in SplinterForge. It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
It will be another way to earn, and this is the primary way that I am funding my $10 account, because I'm not putting any money into Splinterlands or into SplinterForge. I started basically with nothing with my $10 account, and I've built it up to where it is now and continuing to earn every day. So very, very happy with both games.
Absolutely. I have a cool conversation coming up, I think next week, with Rare Raptor about SplinterForge. So I'm hoping to learn more from his, side of it, and like, what are they doing? And just because I haven't really been paying attention lately. It's just lack of time. It's not lack of interest. It's not lack of belief in what this could be. I do think it will continue to persist and continue to evolve, and we will see more and more excitement but the problem with things like this is it's like everyone sleeps on it until it's like more widely adopted, and then when it's more widely adopted, the multiplying opportunities will diminish, because that's just naturally how things work. Like when no one heard about Amazon, it was practically free, and then now it's like owns the world, and therefore the stock is far higher. I'm not saying a game like SplinterForge will be that. I'm just saying that's how, when things are less understood, less widespread, they are financially far cheaper. And that's true for Golem Overlord, it's true for SplinterForge, it's true for Immortal Creed, it's true for whatever blockchain-based video game that the viewer might track. The challenge is, it's not just quote unquote is it cheap or is the price low. It's also, do I believe, it's like I say with Splinterlands, it's not just what is the price. It has this broader conversation around, do I believe it's fun, and do I believe it has a future? Because those pieces start to then give you this confidence or this foundation of a belief that it will actually be here in 12 months, 2 years, 5 years. And that sort of place allows me to just quietly accumulate and enjoy the process, like the $10 account. And your $10 account makes me think, in Splinterlands, makes me think about, those YouTube videos where people like start a fitness journey, and Buddy's like 700 pounds. And he's like, you watch his first video and he's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then there's 5 years into his journey, he's shredded, and and it's like, that to me is actually what's happening when people like yourself, and in the past, people like me, started things like Splinterlands, or maybe today SplinterForge, or Golem Overlord, or I keep hearing about Parallel, and there are different games that are gonna have success. It won't just be Splinterlands. And the question is, can we identify them while others fail to? Because that moment of transition where like it's really being slept on is maximum opportunity. There will be some that fail, though, is the other side of the coin. I don't see SplinterForge being one of those, though. I don't see Golem Overlord being one of those. There's like almost a passion to the creation of it and to the development of it. Like you say, Yixen just going and going and going. And SplinterForge just keeping plugging away and like updating and changing and I think improving. Hey?
Yeah, another game that I looked at it a few months ago, and I think it's starting to come out now. I think they might even be in a pre-sale, is Splinter Royale. I don't know if you've looked at that at all. That uses Splinterlands cards as well. It reminds me a lot of SplinterForge. It's a very basic battler game, but I think this might be a sleeper. I think this might have a lot of potential.
This was made by
So
Wolf
it's
or something.
definitely one that I want to make a video or two on once I learn a little bit more of the game.
Yeah, this was, I did hear about this, but I don't know much about it. I know that I think it was made by Wolf or something. It's like a big Hive guy, and a big part of Splinterlands too, the individual, and so I'm super interested in this because of what I've loosely heard about it. Also, the game development game that Peak Monsters is making, which is called, I gotta talk to Jarby. I've been trying to set something up, but I keep different busyness. So there's a game that they're making where you'll actually be a game development studio, and you earn NFTs and crypto. And then there actually are a ton of, there's a growing amount of games, and many of them are going to be quiet, and so you need to pay attention, because like, not even just to this channel, but just like generally keep your ear to the ground around this stuff, because man, I do think that there's going to be some exciting winners and some opportunities that are going to come that, people like yourself might hear that I might miss. And so it's like that way of having this cross contamination of communities will be really, really helpful for helping us stay informed. Hey?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the future. Like, I'm really excited to think about 2 years from now, in 2026, what is Splinterlands going to look like?
Mm-hmm.
How far is Golem Overlord going to advance? Is it going to even surpass the complexity of Splinterlands as far as the different game modes, the PvP, land, expeditions, all that? Splinter Royale, is that going to be around? Will that develop and kind of take off in the next 2 years? Is that going to be, another fun game? So I think Hive has a lot of, and then we haven't even touched on games like Moon Carts. What other games are going to be added to the ecosystem that have the colony token? What other games are going to come out that use SPS or use DEC? How many more millions and millions of SPS are going to be burnt when 2 years from now we start talking about, hey, can you believe that SPS is now down under half of what its original mint was? Can you believe we went under 1.5 billion tokens? Are we going to need a proposal where we actually create more SPS because, more people are demanding it? There's so many things that could happen in the next 2 years, but I don't think Splinterlands is going anywhere. SplinterForge, Golem Overlord, I think those games are here to stay. And I'm very excited to see what the future unfolds for us, for those of us that stay the course.
Absolutely. I don't have any idea what I'm doing here.
Okay, so for those cards, basically on the bottom right, there's a number, 3 of 3.
Yep.
So that means you have 3 gold to spend. Those cards are basically your store. So those cards will each cost 3 coins. So what you want to do is pick one of them, drag them to the bottom, and that basically will buy that card. Okay, so now you're going to start the fight phase. So now you would take the card that's on the bottom and you would drag it to the battlefield.
To the battlefield.
So that will be the card that you're attacking with.
Do I press ready?
Nope.
Where's
so, yep, click on that.
Yeah.
Click on your card and just drag it right there. And drop it. Okay, now click ready. So that card is ready for a fight.
Is it going to fight these? Oh, I see.
So now that's your opponent.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the end of round 1. So now round 2, you have 4 coins to spend.
Okay.
The number in the top right where it says upgrade,
yeah,
that would cost 4 coins. So it would take all your coins, and what that will do is that will upgrade your store from level 1 to level 2.
Okay.
So your store is basically the 3 cards on the top.
Yes. Gotcha.
So if you spent all 4 of your coins, then in the next round, you would have the chance, it's all random, that you'll have different higher level cards available.
This one seems like a good choice.
Yep. So what you want to do is drag that to,
Oops.
okay,
Yeah.
so you didn't drag it to the battlefield.
Yeah. I see that. So now I do have more. So I'll drag this to the battlefield, but then I also have 5 from this next round, and I can buy... Yep. This guy's taunt. I love that.
Right.
Looks like they're giving like new abilities to different monsters to like almost reinvigorate, because Rearguard doesn't usually have taunt. Yeah,
that's the cool thing about it is it's basically the same artwork for the card, but different abilities.
Ready.
The one thing I'm not sure is I thought there was a way you could combine cards, like you could combine those two, and I can't figure out how to do it because I thought someone did it before.
Interesting. This feels a little bit like, the archery can attack from first too. I don't know if so I won that one. Interesting. New ability. Check this out. Ranged boost. Increases the range attack of all friendly. Yeah, this looks fun. I'm sold. I don't know. I don't understand the rewards or tokenomics or whatever, but I'm intrigued. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's a fun little game. It's a quick game, so it's a game that I think can take off and appeal to a lot of different people. Just because you don't have to get really in depth into it. It's like, yeah, I'll just play a match, a couple minutes, and you're done.
I don't know if I'm not sure if like there's an order to. It looks like this is my first kind of thing.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they attacked her first, and she was on the left. And I could buy you as well, theoretically. Oh yeah, that'll be good for the Inspire. And I'll put you out there in the back line and go ready.
And I think you're limited to 6 monsters. You can also sell your cards. So after the battle, if you click on one of your cards and you drag it to the upper left, that actually sells the card.
Okay, up to upper left somewhere over here.
Yeah. So once this fight is over,
I'm not quite. Oh, he has no attack. My guy. Oh, I ended up losing that one. I should have put my Inspire guy before the Goblanos. That way he dies because he has no attack. He's kind of a buff monster, but not a... Oh, they use the Summoner. I see. The Brewmaster Abraxas. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to dive a little deeper in this one. Have you probed this a little for yourself? Like beyond
Yeah, I'm still getting to the point where I'm learning it. Once I feel a little bit more comfortable, I am going to do a quick video on it just so people know about it, because I think it is a game that has potential. And like I said, you don't have to invest in it. You can just, use the cards and play the game. And these are not cards that you own, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I don't own these cards. So this is all just the game itself.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Maybe at some point in the future they'll do that, because I know they're going to sell card packs that have heroes. So I'm not sure how your heroes are going to impact the gameplay, if it's going to be like a summoner is in Splinterlands.
This should go there. You know what? This is maybe...
And as you can see, guys, Dwayne is already hooked.
Yeah, it's true. And I'm going to upgrade my store. So next time my store will be level 2. And I could do it... Oh, it's 7 to upgrade it next time. Oh, you can refresh. So you can spend $1 to like see 3 new ones. Let's go and try that. And because I had already
upgraded... level 2.
Because I upgraded my store, I saw 4.
So the number on the upper left is the number. So that's a level 2 monster now.
So is he still going to cost 3 gold coins?
I believe so. You can drag him down.
Yeah.
Yep, so he will use 3.
Yeah. So he's an Inspire melee, which is a good combo. Plus he's pretty strong. I definitely want to put him on the... I think he's better than this guy. So I probably want to go... I don't need to sell him. Do I have to sell him? Can I just take him off the field?
You don't have to sell him. I think you are maxed at 6 monsters.
I'm going to go
So you can keep him if you want.
I'm going to put Buddy out. I think the Inspire is worth bearing a little. Let me go. Let's see how we go. Oh, so I could have had 6. I didn't need to get rid of them. That was only 5. I only have 5 now. Oh, well.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, because the taunt went down. His guys are stronger too. I think we're going to lose. That's nice. Can we... Oh, I like that you hit him and not the other guy. There. Oh, big time. We're doing good. We got it. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And when I get 10 wins, this is just like this is essentially like practice mode, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it's just like a practice just so you can get familiar with the game.
Cool. Well, I better, you know what? I've got to use the restroom pretty bad here, pal. So maybe I'm happy to come back and we do like another something. Like, is there anything else on your mind that you want to talk about?
Can't think of anything right now. I know probably as soon as we end the recording, I'll be like, oh, we should have talked about this. I mean, there's always so much you can talk about in Splinterlands or SplinterForge.
Land is pretty interesting. I've been getting more and more totems. I got a legendary totem the other day. I sold it for 100 and something.
It's funny, no one's talking about land. That's all we heard about for like the last 2 years. When land. And 1.5 comes out and now the reward shop and Rebellion. No one talks about land anymore, hardly at all.
Just more reason to act, like to find, to take advantage of it, because there's people have been sleeping on it. I've been slowly activating more and more. And I've been look, I'm at almost 3 million grain stored up. Yeah.
There are such good deals on plots right now. If they were in the right region, I was almost thinking about getting plots in a different region, because there's some that are so cheap, and especially some of the magical plots, because you're going to need magical plots for the enchanted grain to feed your workers. So personally, I want to get at least one of each type of magical plot so I can feed all my workers no matter what splinter they are. So there's some really good deals on peak monsters as far as land goes. So if you're looking to pick up cheap plots, rare plots, magical plots, good time.
Love it. Okay, pal. Yeah, I gotta go use the restroom, but great conversation. And I probably don't have time. You're back to work next week?
Yep, next week. So I'm off for next 3 days.
Okay. I don't know. There might be some space time tomorrow, but I kind of don't think so. It's like I just got on my an intense work week, but and now I'm like trying to catch up on other things. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll make sure this turns into 2 videos, and I'll send them to you if you want to post them too, or you can however you want to handle them. But I'll make sure that people know and they check out the channel and all that jazz. Appreciate you, pal.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for everything. I hope you have an awesome day.
All right, thank you. Talk to you soon.
Have an amazing day, guys. Check out Gathering's channel. Bye for now.